Good morning, my dear students. It's time to study. So get ready with your notebook and pen. This video is related to class 4, subject science.
Hello students of class 4th. In previous classes we have solved the book exercise, but today we will do the question answer. The homework I have given you the previous classes to solve the question answer, but I hope you have already solved it. I am going to write the questions and answer in whiteboard. You need to write down on your notebook. Okay students, you need to make the notebook well maintained and covered with index. Okay, from now you start making the notebooks, and when school will open I will check them. So now just keep on working. So before moving ahead, we just look at the summarized part of this chapter, which was first chapter of your NCERT book, science book, that was food making process in plants. Before moving ahead, just have a look on a topic that we need to explain, we need to study deeply. First, we studied the plants. Why we need to study the plants and its parts? Just hold on. I have one plants, and on your book you will have the structure of plant, and there was a different part. Okay, so we will tell the different part of plants according to their position. The below part of the plant is root. This is called root. You can see this root in your book also, and then upside the root, the greenery part starting from root and goes upward, that is called stem. Okay students, and then this one is called stem, and here you can see a little flower. This is flower, and below the flower here is a tiny fruits. So these are fruits, and as you can see these are leaves. Okay, so first of all we will study the part of leaf. Okay, so here is a two part of leaf blade and vein. So I remove the one leaf from this plant that I can show you like this. Okay, this one is leaf, and the upper part of this leaf, upper visible part that we can see, the green part of flat, this part is called leaf blade. Okay, next vein. As you can see inside the leaf you can see the different type of veins. Okay, the line going to the petiole. Now what is petiole? Petiole is a part which hold the leaf from the stem. From the stem holds the leaf. That part, that hard part is called petioles. Okay, so petioles, upward the petioles goes the line toward the leaf and spreading. These lines are called veins. Okay, next stomata. What is stomata? Stomata is the tiny pore upside of leaf. On the blade part and the lower part of blade you can see the stomata, but with the help of microscope only. Naked eye you can't see the spores or stomata. Stomata are tiny hole upside the leaf from which leaf exchange gases and excess water release into the atmosphere. So stomata is here, and next is petioles. We have described that petioles is a hard part starting from stem and hold the leaves, that is petioles. And stiple is a tiny leaf that comes out from the stem. These leaves are called stiple. Okay, next next topic in your book is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process by which plants make their own food, that is called starch or glucose. They make their food with the help of sunlight, water and chlorophyll and carbon dioxide. So this process is called photosynthesis. Okay. Next was non-green plant. Non-green plants are those plants who don't have the green leaves or chlorophyll. The presence of chlorophyll is indicate the leaves green. Okay, the green pigment of the leaves depend and responsible for the presence of chlorophyll inside the leaf. So non-green plants have no chlorophyll, they don't make their own food like mushroom, so they grow on the dead and decaying matter. So these are heterotroph. Okay, so those plant who don't have chlorophyll, these plants are called non-green plants. Okay, we have studied all that thing. After that, there is a 3 experiment in your book. One by one we will have a look on that. First experiment was there. Sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. Before describing this, I need to explain you about iodine. What is iodine? Iodine is a solution. It is actually not a solution. We make this solution with the help of solid iodine and water. This iodine solution, when we put 2 or 3 drop of iodine solution on a starch, it's turned into blue black color. Okay, this is the indication of iodine. With the help of iodine, we can identify whether there is starch in food or not. So the iodine part is clear. Then after we will describe experiment number 1. Experiment number 1 says sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. If we are going to do photosynthesis, not actually we are, if plant are going to do photosynthesis, so sunlight is necessary for that. So to prove this experiment, what we need to do, we have to arrange iodine solution. Okay, then take a healthy plant and cover its leaf with a black sellotape. Leaf has a chlorophyll and leaf absorb sunlight, and this process is called photosynthesis. For proving this, cover this part with the black sellotape and put this from 2 to 3 days. Leave this like this. Then after, what you will observe there, if you then remove the black sellotape from this and drop 2 or 3 iodine solution on this, and you will see there will be no color change. So if there will be no color change, that means there isn't starch. That means if there isn't starch, there is not becomes any photosynthesis process. So this is indicate that sunlight is necessary for the process of photosynthesis. Second experiment says that chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. So to prove that chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis, we need to take the specific plant, that is cellulose. This plant is a particular type of plant that have upper side green and lower side yellow. Okay, so what we need to do, cover the green side of the plant with a black part of the sellotape. So green part is covered. Then what we will see, if we will put a drop of 2 or 3 iodine solution on that after 2 days, so we will not see any color change. So that indicate that chlorophyll also necessary for the process of photosynthesis. Third experiment shows that CO2 means carbon dioxide is necessary for the process of photosynthesis. So carbon dioxide is necessary. How we prove that? We will take a healthy plant and one or two plant we will cover with Vaseline jelly. We will cover the plant's leaves as the stomata are closed, so no gases exchange will be there, and the result after 2 or 3 days when we will put 2 or 3 drop of iodine solution on it, we will not see any color change. That color change is blue or black, blue and little black, a tiny black. This color change if present, then it is indicates starch is present in this process, and if there is not starch, that means photosynthesis not might have been done, so anything from this is missing. Okay, so this was the summary of your chapter number 1. Now we will look to the exercise, that is question answer. So start. Question number 1 is explain the structure of leaf. Answer is each leaf has a leaf blade that we have explained, which is also the widest part of the leaf. Petioles, stipules, vein and midrib are all essential structure of a leaf. So you will do this answer in your notebook, and you need to also make a activity. Collect a dry leaf of any plant and paste that in your notebook and label the diagram with the help of sketch pen as shown in video. So do this activity, and after question number 1 in this answer you will do this. Question 2 is what do you mean by photosynthesis? So the answer is the process by which plants prepare their food using water and carbon dioxide in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll is called photosynthesis. Okay, students, moving ahead, question number 3, what is the function of stomata? So answer is the leaf breathe through stomata and also release water vapor through stomata. Question number 4 is how do non-green plants get their food? Answer is non-green plants get their food from the dead and decaying matter. Moving ahead, question number 5 is explain the interdependence of plants and animals. Answer is plants give food, shelter and oxygen to human being and animals. In turn, human being and animal give out carbon dioxide and also helps in dispersal of seed. Thus, plants and animals are interdependent on each other. These 5 answers you need to complete in your notebook.